And now, here's your host Alfredo Leon.
Thank you, Ella, and we're back with another gaming video. As we're talking about the Crew 2 this time, as a release date has been announced for the Crew 2 by Ubisoft, along with other editions of the racer, and a beta will be coming out as well. The Crew 2 will be released on PC, PlayStation 4, and Xbox One on June 29th. In the open world game, players will unlock a large selection of cars, motorcycles, boats, and planes to use across 4 different types of motorsport challenges. Challenges include street racing, off-roading, pro racing, and freestyle. Along the release date, Deluxe, Gold, and Motor edition of the game and a Season Pass were announced. Contents of the Season Pass were not provided as of this time. Press time. Customers who pre-order any edition of the game, including Standard, will receive the Legendary Motors Pack as an incentive. It contains the 2016 Mercedes-AMG C63 touring car and the 2017 Harley-Davidson Iron 883. Those who pre-order the Deluxe, Gold, or Motor editions will also receive the Motorsports Deluxe Pack, which contains the 2017 Ford F-150 Raptor race truck, 2008 Abarth 50 Monster Truck Edition, and the 2002 Pilatus PC-21 Air Race Edition plane. The Crew 2 Gold Edition contains the following, which costs $99.99. Steelbook, Season Pass, the Crew 2 Motorsports Deluxe Pack, 3 outfits to customize your avatar, 3 days early game access on June 26. Here's what's included in the Motor Edition, which is $109.99. Physical content: the Crew 2 Steelbook Gold Edition, including a Season Pass and a collectible Steelbook case, and 11.81 by 5.9-inch specialty license plate customized to reflect the spirit of the Crew 2, a 25 by 10-inch fold-out map of the game, which is your guide to explore the entire USA, full of activities and hidden surprises. 4 motorsport stickers. Choose your own style between the 4 Motor Nation families, high-quality collector box packaging, and with the digital content, the Season Pass, the Crew 2 Motorsports Deluxe Pack, 3 outfits to customize your avatar, 3 days early access on June 26, and the Crew 2 Deluxe Edition, which is $69.99, contains the Motorsports Deluxe Edition pack. Based on what I've seen in the trailer so far and what I've seen out of gameplay, it looks pretty good. It looks better than the Crew, the original, even though the Crew would look pretty decent, even though the only issue with that game, like I said in the previous video about the Crew 2, it had online only, which was the Crew, but it looks like the Crew 2 will also be online only as well. Hopefully not, but what I saw on Google said that it will have single player as well, and if that's the case, I hope so, because if it doesn't have offline capabilities, I will be disappointed. I won't get the game. But this game looks much better than what I saw out of Need for Speed Payback, and I was really disappointed with Payback, and I won't be doing any more videos about that, thank God, because that game is really bad. 5 out of 10 on GameSpot. But hopefully this game lives up to that, as based on what I've seen so far, it looks good, but I'm not going to get my hopes up, especially when I did that with Payback, and I was totally wrong about the game. But the game I will be excited for is Forza Horizon 4, which will be announced at E3 as well. But I would think possibly a launch trailer could be coming out too by E3, you would think, because it will be coming out shortly after, not long after E3, so maybe they'll have they'll have gameplay, but they'll probably have a trailer of the game as well. But based on what I've seen, it looks pretty decent. But the Crew looks pretty decent too, but the only issue with that, the main issue with that game is just the online only. If this game has offline capabilities, this game could even do better. And that's pretty cool that you can go do planes and boats, and if there was trains, there would be planes, trains, and automobiles, just like the movie with John Candy and Steve Martin that came out in the 80s. But anyways, back to the Crew 2. It looks pretty cool seeing the planes and be able to do different kinds of vehicles, but if I play this game, I'll probably be able to mostly do the car stuff, but trying other things like planes and boats, that'd be pretty cool. And be able to do it across the whole USA. I know it's essentially the same map from the Crew, but there's a lot more to it, like not trains, but planes and boats, and also be able to do motorsport races too, kind of like Forza Motorsport, that is, and Gran Turismo as well. You can be able to do that, and you can be able to switch from vehicles anytime. Like you could be in the air right now with a plane, and then 1 second later you'll be driving a Porsche down the streets of New York City, for example, and after that you could be having on the Hudson River riding a boat. So it's pretty cool to be able to do all these different types of things, and there's really a lot that you could get based on all these different types of packs, but I would probably just get the standard one because that's just the most affordable. But there's going to be a lot of DLCs coming to the game, and I'm probably going to have to pay for them. But based on what I've seen in the gameplay, the trailer looks pretty cool. It has a lot of good stuff to it, but I'm not sure if I'm going to get it, especially if it doesn't have offline. But if it does, based on what I saw, it's that single player multiplayer. If it does have single player, based on what I saw on Google, that's a good sign, because then more players will end up wanting to play it offline than online. If Need for Speed can do it after their previous 2 games with the Rivals and 2015 had online only, but then when Payback became offline, then I don't see why they can't do it with the Crew 2 as well. Forza's always had offline and also multiplayer, so I don't see why the Crew 2 can't do it. I don't understand. They need to have offline, and if they do, then that's a good sign. But also the game's got to be good. But if there's offline, then you could definitely get a better understanding of what the game is like, because with multiplayer, there's really not much to it other than playing with your friends, and there's not a lot you can do by yourself with that multiplayer, because you're always going to be dealing with other people that are playing online at the same time as you. But when you're offline and single player, you can be able to do a lot of stuff yourself. But it looks like it could be a lot of fun based on what I see. I'm definitely going to watch videos on this game. That looks much more exciting than Need for Speed Payback ever did. That's for sure. And be able to race across the map in the US, I don't understand why the first Crew was bad. I guess there was a lot of issues with drifting and the car handling and stuff, but what other game allows you to drive across the whole country? Like the US? Hey, you could. And I know it's not accurate. Of course it's not going to be accurate, because it's a video game. Nothing's going to be exactly to scale. Driving from New York to LA and the crew took 30 minutes. So it doesn't matter about that. It just matters if the physics look good, and is it like fun, and could you be able to play offline? A lot of stuff like that. Story mode, that would be nice, but I don't know like how much of that is going to be in the game, especially with all the different types of updates the game got with the calling all units and the run and all that stuff that came in. Wild Run, excuse me. That all came into the Crew. So we'll see what happens, but it looks pretty good so far, but it's just early. It's still early, because we'll see what happens, because they've had a lot of Crew stuff that come out since E3 last year, so it's been over a year. The game was supposed to originally come out in March, but it got delayed because of certain things, because I guess it wasn't done, or there's other stuff, issues that went on with it. But it'll definitely come out in June after E3, and we'll see if this is good enough to play, but it's definitely exciting to watch, because what other game allows you to be switching like this with planes and boats, other than GTA, minus the violence, of course. This is better than GTA, as far as no violence. No, we don't need violence. This is good. Even though GTA is really popular because you can do a lot. But this game, you can do a lot for a non-violent game. This is pretty impressive. And especially Ubisoft, they could be on fire if the Crew 2 does well. But Far Cry 5 just come out. If they do well, and then the Crew 2 does well, then Ubisoft looks pretty good right now. So this looks pretty interesting to see, but I'm not sure if we're going to get it right away. If it's not good, I'm not getting it at all. But if it has offline, I can probably get it too. As long as it's a good game, does well critically, and we'll see what happens with that. But so far, so good. And be able to get all these different types of packs, you got a lot of choosing to do. Whichever one you can afford, get it. But I would just get the standard, because getting all these other versions is a lot to deal with. But all the different types of vehicles you could do, you could even ride motorcycles in this game too. What I've seen on the gameplay, you could ride bikes, and you could do a lot in this game. The Crew had motorcycles too, but this is like X Games type motorcycles, where you'd be able to go off-road, and you could change it to any vehicle. You could be able to ride vehicles on certain things you should be riding on, or driving on. But it looks pretty cool to see. So we'll see what happens with that, and let's see what kind of success you could be able to do with all these different types of vehicles. It looks incredible. But we'll see what happens. Just because it looks good doesn't mean that the game is going to be good. So I'm going to pump the brakes on how good it'll be, but we'll see what happens with that. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to leave a like. If you are brand new, subscribe. We'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.